Hey guys, this is Kuiper here again with another development log video for Idle Manager, just to show you some of the features that we've been working on for the game. In our last video, we focused on events, things that you can happen to, and that was mostly about reactive things that you can do in the game. This video is going to be about some of the proactive things that you can do. Specifically, today we're going to talk about producing a single. So we're going to head on over to the production tab. And over here, we can see the results of our previous single. Now, if you look at this, you'll notice that while we did gross over 140,000 yen on the previous single that we released, we actually netted negative money because our expenses for that exceeded the amount that we earned from it. So this is one of the potential risks of releasing a single. You can spend money on it, and sometimes you don't make your money back. The benefits, however, include you get increased buzz, hopefully, and you will also have some other benefits that we'll get into. So let's release a new single and see if we can do better than we did last time. This is going to be a bit of a process that I'll step you through. All right, so the first thing that we get to do is choose a name for our new song. So over here we can just click the randomize button to pick a title that we like. Or if you'd like to, you can pick a custom title. And then over here, you can select the budget. So as you can see here, when I move the slider, the projected revenues increase. It's a range, so you'll pretty comfortably be able to guess that the amount you earn will be within that range. So on the upper end, you're getting a little bit more than you spent, and if things aren't going too well, you'll get less. But one of the other things you can see down here as well is you get tokens to spend depending on how much you allocate for the budget, and that's going to come up later. So just so we can show off as many features as possible in this video, I'm going to up that until we have, say, 4 tokens, and we'll get to see what that does in just a bit. All right, so on this screen, we get to decide the formation of the group. These are all of the girls that we will be participating, and we can rearrange them within the group. As you can see, when the scout gets moved back, she's a little bit unhappy about it. We can move back to the front. The others get sad that they're no longer in the front row and somebody's ahead of them. And actually, as you can see down here, this is essentially an aggregation of the stats of this, but it's weighted. So if you can watch the stats, when I drag her back a couple of rows, it essentially has the effect of putting all of these on equal parity, meaning they all factor in equally, whereas if I move her ahead, that increases her weighting within the group. So where you put girls in the formation does matter. Now, as for what all of these stats mean, this is one of the other things that is going to help you differentiate between appealing to different demographics. So hardcore fans tend to be more interested in intrinsic attributes like how cool, cute, sexy, or pretty a girl is, whereas more casual fans are more interested in the skill-based talents, so that would be vocals, dance, etc. So our previous single didn't do pretty well, so in this video we're going to try to focus on a specific demographic to see if we can up our sales. This is one of those things where you'll find often that if you try to appeal to everybody, it can sometimes backfire, and you may end up alienating your fans. So for purposes of this video, just to see and demonstrate the effects of that, we're going to focus specifically on hardcore male fans and see how well we can do there. So focusing more on physical attributes. So let's move Ayaka back and put somebody else in front. So here we have Yurina, and we're going to drag her into the formation. And that's going to improve the cuteness of the group to the point where we have the colors to indicate different ranges. So that's hopefully going to help us appeal to our target demo more. So let's keep going. All right, so on this screen, you'll see that most of the options that we have for genre are grayed out or locked. You'll be able to unlock those. If we mouse over here, we can see, for example, for electronic music, releasing music in the electronic genre will gradually allow us to unlock other similar genres like house music, trance music, drum and bass, so on and so forth. And the benefits of unlocking more genres are that you'll be able to follow specific trends. So if you can see this month, right now, Vaporwave is really hot. So if we had unlocked Vaporwave, we would be able to capitalize on that. Unfortunately, we do not have Vaporwave unlocked, but we do have a glimpse into things that might be popular in the coming months. So that's going to be one of the things that's going to help you target specific genres. If, for example, you see that, oh, reggae music is going to be pretty hot, maybe I'll focus on unlocking that right now. But for the time being, we're just focused on selecting the genre that will help us appeal to our specific demo the most. So keeping that in mind, the male hardcore demographic is going to be more attracted to electronic music. So let's pick that. And then over here, we get to choose a specific promotional event. Now, this is where we get to spend our tokens. So the handshake event, as you can see over here, costs 4 tokens. That actually costs 1 token for each girl in the group. So if you remember, their back row is 3 people plus 1 in the front row is going to be a total of 4. And handshake events are going to be one of the events that also appeals to our target demo more. And this is also one of these things where, as you can see, a lot of these are locked because we're playing on a relatively new save file that doesn't have everything unlocked yet. But you have to start somewhere. So, all right, so on this screen, we can review all of our information. Here's the song title that we chose, our budget, 86,000 yen, and we can review all of our information, our stats, before we go ahead to confirm. All right, so in the actual game, the process of releasing a single is going to take several weeks. So basically, it's going to be one of these things where, oh, you go into the studio to record this thing, but then, mastering it and then having the actual CDs pressed and the release is going to take, a few weeks. And this is sort of feed into one of the things that we wanted to create in this game, which is having a lot of things for you to manage at once. And that's going to be just one of many things that you'll be looking at during that period. But for purposes of this demo, we wanted to be able to show you the direct effects of what's going on. So we've sped it up a little bit, just so that we don't have to wait several weeks to see what the results of this would be. Also, just for comparison's sake, you can check down at the bottom here. Right now we have 40% buzz. So let's go ahead and see what the effects of that are. All right, so it looks like we did pretty well. If you remember, our expenses were 86,000 yen. We out-earned that, so this was a profit. And we've also gained more experience for several specific genres, which is going to help us unlock more things in the future. And also, if you can check over at the demographics, we can see just how successful we were in appealing to our target demographics. So if you recall, we were specifically trying to win the adoration of the male hardcore audience, and it looks like that worked out well for us, mainly because of the genre that we chose, as well as the way that we chose to promote the event and the composition of our group. So it looks like taking that structured approach really did pay off. We didn't do too well among other demographics. In fact, it looks like it was pretty much male hardcore fans and practically nobody else, but that's okay. We still got enough sales from that group to put ourselves in the black, or in this case, in the green. All right, and then if you want to check down here, it looks like our buzz is at 100%. That's the effect of releasing something. It's going to get us more attention, and in this case, it looks like it got us quite a lot of attention. And then over here, we can check our fan, and this is going to show us the demographic of our fan base. So as you can see, we are pretty popular with male hardcore fans, whereas female casual fans do not like us so much. So this is going to be one of those cases where it's up to you to decide how to play the game. You may decide, oh, we are really popular among male hardcore fans, and we should do everything that we can to pander to that demographic in order to continue getting money from the people who have already shown that they're willing to spend money on us. On the other hand, you could take the opposite approach and say, ooh, looks like we're not very popular with female casual fans. Maybe we should try and capitalize on that vast untapped market. So as you grow and expand your agency, you'll be able to make decisions, including releasing different singles to appeal to different groups, and it's going to be up to you to how to achieve that. So anyway, that's all we have for this week to show you. And as always, you can subscribe to our channel to get updates on future videos. And if you want to follow the progress of the project, you can also follow us on Twitter or Tumblr as well. And the links for that are going to be down in the video description. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video.